In this video, I'm going to show you why we are the last generation and that we are living in the end times. And yes, throughout generations, there have been signs of the end times, but this is the only time in history that certain things have happened that shows us that we are living in the end times. In Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11, it says, "In that day the Lord will reach out his hand a second time to reclaim the surviving remnant of his people from Assyria, from Lower Egypt, from Upper Egypt, from Cush, from Elam, from Babylonia, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the Mediterranean." The first time this happened was in 520 BC. Jews that were in captivity went back to Jerusalem. The second time this happened was on May the 14th, 1948. When David Ben-Gurion, the head of the Jewish Agency, proclaimed that the establishment of the State of Israel, U.S. President Harry S. Truman recognized the new nation on the same day. And there's significance in this because it happened on the same day. In Isaiah chapter 66, verse 8, it says, "Who has ever heard of such things? Who has ever seen things like this? Can a country be born in a day, or a nation be brought forth in a moment?" This was biblical prophecy. Matthew 24, verse 32 says, "Now learn this from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see all these things, you know that it is near, right at the door. Truly I tell you, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away." Now, what is a generation? In Psalm chapter 90, verse 10, it says, "Our days may come to 70 years, or 80 if our strength endures. Yet the best of them are not trouble and sorrow, for they quickly pass and we fly away." So a generation is 70 to 80 years. In Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 1, "The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, set your face against Gog of the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Prophesy against them and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says, I am against you, Gog, chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. I will turn you around, put hooks in your jaws, and bring you out with your whole army, your horses, your horsemen fully armed in a great horde, with large and small shields, all of them brandishing their swords. Persia, Cush, and Put will be with them, all with shields and helmets, also Gomer with all its troops, and Beth Togarmah from the far north with all its troops, the many nations with you." So what is this Gog and Magog that we hear about? Above me is a map of modern day Rosh, which is Russia, Magog, which is Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, anything with Stan at the end, and then Gomer, Persia, Put, and Ethiopia. Alright, so I'm definitely going to have to do a part 2.